Tonight, one of football's oldest rivalries takes center stage as Whitney Morato's Minnesota Valkyrie host the desperate Heather Furr-led Chicago Bliss. Next on LFL Friday Night Football. Oh, it's cold, it's windy, a little snow in the air, lights are on. We're at the Target Center in Minneapolis. It is rocking here already. Hi everybody, I'm Tom Dorr. Tonight, we feature two very evenly matched teams as the Chicago Bliss and Minnesota Valkyrie have already dealt with their fair share of peaks and valleys. Valkyrie followed up an impressive road win on opening night in Green Bay with a spirited first half against the LA Temptation. But after starting quarterback Giannis Skurtic suffered an arm injury on the final play of the half, Minnesota just imploded. Now their season rests on the arm of unproven backup, now starting quarterback Jocelyn Bendejo, who has struggled so far in the passing game but can take off and run. Chicago's led by the #1 ranked rushing attack in the league. The centerpiece, Rookie of the Year candidate Christel Ferrari Harris exemplifies this team. And don't forget about 2010 MVP Bliss quarterback Heather Rockstar Furr, who has struggled mightily so far this season in the passing game, but who leads this team in rushing yards. She can play. Time to lace them up. Can Minnesota keep pace in the West, or will Chicago take their first step back to respectability? Kickoff coming up next.
We live to see Seattle. We live to see beyond Seattle, all right? It starts right now.
Send it out about 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah!
Tonight's MGM Resorts International betting line has Chicago listed a 6.5-point favorite and 54.5 over/under. Sydney Freilich will kick off. There it is, high end over end. This is a heck of a kick. Christel Harris will take it about 5 yards deep. Brings it out, and she will be stopped right there. And we got first down Chicago. Harris, a heck of a running back. Big change from last time with Tasha Pryor last year. The Tank was a great running back for Chicago. Harris is more the Ferrari type, thus the nickname. Heather Furr up front is one of the true stars of this league along with Harris. And Laura Gallus-Diaz has played very well. Defensive backfield a little untested so far. Let's see exactly what they're able to do. Furr gets motion started, and we've got flags and a whistle. Going to be against Chicago. There's Furr, 5'8", 135 pounds. Plainfield, Illinois, south side of Chicago.
Start. Number 4 in the offense is going past the line of scrimmage prior to the snap. 5-yard penalty, first down.
All right, so it's 1st and 15 now for Chicago. We're talking about Furr. She's one of those that has terrific hands, is probably a better receiver than quarterback, but still a manageable quarterback, and she runs very well. Direct snap, that goes to Laura Peterson. She'll come around the left side, breaks one tackle, gets out to about the 23-yard line, a gain of 8, and let's make it now second and about 3. I don't think they ever marked off the 5 yards on the penalty. Chicago struggled in their first 2 games. A home loss to Vegas, where Vegas, who we found out now being 3-0, is legit. That one went right down to the wire. Chicago just couldn't score enough to stay with them. Now Furr around the right side starts to run. Now steps up and throws the football. It's caught by Laura Peterson. 10-5, reaches in, touchdown! Very nice sell by Heather Furr, and then the toss to Peterson, and she just fights her way in. And a little team celebration in the end zone. Watch Furr here sell the run. For all the world you think there. Now she steps back. Little toss to Peterson. And Peterson with a nice move to avoid that tackle. And then dives in. Touchdown, Chicago. As I said, I don't think they marked off the 5 yards on the false start. But it doesn't matter. Chicago's up 6-0, going for 2 here. Direct snap, and yeah, there's flags down. They had a little false start there as well as the entire backfield was going. Let's hear the Brittany Austin in the middle of this Valkyrie defense along with Krista Landwehr. Very smart players. Whitney Murato has got terrific hands, and Sydney Freilich gives them a tall target that can go on fade routes, that can catch the football, that really can create havoc for an offense and a defense. Furr now starts to roll back, and Angie Hansen right there with the stop. Big play for Hansen and for Minnesota. Furr was looking to throw that football, but Hansen stopped that. Chicago up 6-0. Keith Hack, the Chicago coach, kind of inherited what he's got with his team from the previous regime. Is trying his best to try and make things happen and do exactly what they want to do. And with Minnesota, it's a team that in the last game just didn't show a lot of personality, not a lot of emotion, kind of a disconnect from their coach Tony Wynn, who coaches with a lot of passion. You'd think this is a team that would pick that up, but just hasn't been able to so far after that first win. Handoff, that's Murato, Whitney Murato. Murato bounces off one, gets ahead to about the 22 or 23 yard line. Let's call it a gain of 8, make it 2nd down and 2. Starting offense, Murato, as we said, has terrific hands, the quarterback, Bendejo. And then you've got Freilich and Bear and Landwehr. Again, this is an offensive line that can catch that football. Little pitch goes forward. That's Murato again. She'll have a 1st down and more into Chicago territory. Murato impressed us in that very first game at Green Bay with her hands, with her route running, with her ability to find the opening. She's got a pretty good nose for the football as well defensively. Bendejo, handoff, that goes to Kristen Bear, and she's going nowhere. Chantel Taylor right there on the stop. And there's Taylor on the right side of your screen. This is a front for Chicago, not as big as last year, not as physical. And without Yashi Rice, they really missed that physical strength. Heather Furr in the defensive backfield is one to watch out for, as is Gellis Diaz. Fake a handoff. Now she lost the football. Bendejo tries to roll out, and she's in all kinds of trouble. And we've got flags down. Let's see what the call is. Brianna Schultz on the tackle, by the way. Get the call from the official.
Illegal shift on the offense, 2 players in motion at the same time. That penalty declined. 2nd down.
Penalty declined, obviously, because the result of the play, Chicago kept them, 3rd down. That's what I was about to think. Last game, 1 of 9 for 22 yards. She came in relief in the second half and ran the ball very well. Now a little pitch pass straight up ahead to Murato, and Murato's going to get 7, maybe even 8 yards on that one. And that little shovel pass has really been a find for this team and for this league. You put a player like Murato, who's got great hands, the ability to find the opening, and you figure she'll be able to get something good happen. Looks like we've got another penalty, and then we've got a timeout. Here's the call.
Penalty for illegal shift on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat 3rd down. Timeout.
And we'll take it with them. We'll be right back.
This is Friday Night Football.
So Minnesota, who has struggled here offensively, just trying to keep things going the right way, will have it 3rd and long. And you would think this would be one of those long passes that they're looking at. And Dejo gets her team set. Calls for the football, little motion, fakes the handoff. Now looking long, steps up, throws, and it's caught by Sydney Freilich inside the 15, down to about the 14-yard line. And I think she's going to be about a yard shy of the 1st down. That's a big play by Minnesota. It is going to be 4th down. They say she's just short. So 4th and 1. Handoff. Pizzicelli runs into her own player, trying to fight forward, and I don't know if she quite got there. Let's wait and see what the officials say. We've got a flag down.
On fourth down, loss of down, ball goes over to Chicago.
Minnesota arguing that they did throw the football twice, and I think they're right. I believe they are correct, but it doesn't matter. Officials say that it's Chicago football. Heather Furr rolls around the right side. Pitch back goes to Christelle Harris, and Harris will get a few going down the right side. And how about that? Harris, as they're trying to rake that football away, still hanging on to it, finally hands back to the official. She might get a couple on that one. The announcer says 5. I don't think it was quite that many, but looking at the mark, they did. That's a very generous mark, in fact. So second down. Furr. Back in the shotgun. And it's a direct snap, looking to go to Harris, and Harris is in trouble. Looks to get out of it, and she is going down. Bristol Landwehr, let's listen in. You. Fake a snap, little pitch forward. Harris, nice cutback, has to avoid one of her own players. Gets out, she's still going out to about the 24-yard line. Harris just keeps fighting forward. And it's fourth down. Well, Chicago now leading 6-0. You think you come up here to Minnesota, Chicago still feels they're in this playoff race. Because of LA's loss, they feel like this West race for that second playoff spot is really wide open. And Chicago's got LA left on the schedule. Fake, now a shovel pass forward to Harris. She's got a first down and more. Harris, great stiff arm, gets down near the 10-yard line. Christelle Harris with a terrific stiff arm. See if we can pick this up. She cuts to the outside. Stiff arm is right there. Oh, yeah. Perfect on Morato. Morato still hung on, and that's a first down for Chicago. Harris tried that stiff arm again. Now goes around the right side. It looked like just another replay of the last one, didn't it? But instead, Harris gains positive yardage around the right side, and it'll be second down. 2nd and 6. Furr comes over the sideline to get the play call. Minnesota trying to recover from that early Chicago touchdown. Gotta have a little more emotion, you think, Minnesota. Handoff, drop the football, and then it's loose on the field. And I think Furr got it. Morato reaching in. You see number 4 in blue reaching in, trying to get the football away from Heather Furr. But I think Furr is going to come up with it. Fans excited. Got in and almost got that ball away. As the guy says, 3rd and 5. Just under 9.5 left here in the first half. 6-0 Bliss. Great one-play drive that they had. Furr looks over the field. Gets motion started. Little lateral, and that's going backwards. They got to recover that. She's in all kinds of trouble. And finally going down. This is a huge loss on the play. I'm pretty sure this was a lateral. I don't think it was a forward pass. It was a lateral. And Chicago now 4th down. So now if Chicago doesn't get the first down, not only does Minnesota get the football, but they get it in pretty good position right at the middle of the field.
It's a foul for not throwing the ball forward when they needed to on second pass. That penalty's declined, 4th down.
Now, interesting, they could have taken the penalty and gotten the football, but instead they want the ball brought back to midfield, so Minnesota declines the penalty. 4th down. Football just shy of midfield. Furr Watch his motion come to the right side, now fades back. Got some pressure, steps up, looking long, throws, and it is incomplete. Looking for Christelle Harris, and Harris pointing, wanted a penalty flag, and Minnesota will take over. Huge stop for the Valkyrie, and now let's see what they'll be able to do. And they're ready right now. No delay in this offense. And Dejo fumbled the snap, ball is loose, and I think Chicago got it. I see Chantel Taylor on the bottom of the pile, that's her right there, and it is Chicago football. They get it right back. There's Taylor walked running off. Big stop for Chicago and a turnover. The Bliss are right back in business. Already ahead 6-0. There you see clock running. Just about 7 minutes left here in the first half as Furr talks to her team. Chicago people thought that Chicago was going to be a real power this year, but they've struggled in their first couple. Furr now going to keep it and run. This is where she is so dangerous. 15, 10, 5. Heather Furr, touchdown! Furr around the left side. Just accelerates into the end zone. Take this from our end zone camera. Coming right at you. She tucks. Comes around inside, makes a nice cut back to the outside. And Heather Furr with the touchdown. 12-0 Chicago. Break time. We'll be right back.
This is Friday Night Football.
12-0 now our score. And back on the field. Chicago looking for that extra point. Looking for two. Furr got some pressure. Krista Landwehr is there, and Landwehr will get the sack on the two-point conversion. Krista Landwehr, one of those defensive and offensive line men, women, whatever you want to call it, that has really done a good job, that seems to understand the rule of playing on the line and relishes it, really does well with it. 12-0, the Bliss with this, and this is a time where you've got to see Minnesota, with there you see Tony Wynn talking to his team, you've got to see them, again, with a little more excitement. There's some potential here, Murado, league play pay, Skurdick, the quarterback, but a team now that really needs to step up, down 12-0, and show a little life here. Bendejo. Little pitch forward, that's Murado, that counts as a pass, and Murado might get credit for a couple. Heather Furr there on the stop. Let's see where they'll mark a gain of 1, make it 2nd down and 9. And you can see Bendejo still not quite comfortable with this. More motion. Bendejo, a handoff. That's Katrina Stewart, and she'll go around the outside, gets about to the 21-yard line. Make it 3rd down and 4 now after that. Furr and Gellis Diaz on the stop one more time, and Minnesota looking for a 1st down here. You don't want to just not be able to move the football. Bendejo, and she's going nowhere. Oh, what a stop. Margie D. Silvestro with the stop. And that was a huge hit. Bendejo seems to be fine, but you'd wonder what the heck the name of that truck was. 3rd down and 4. And now we got a false start.
Start. On the offense. 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
Well, Minnesota just continues to shoot themselves in the foot. Now instead of 3rd and 4, it's 3rd and 9. I'm sorry, 4th and 9. And you got a real issue here. Got to throw the football. Looking long, steps up, throws it long, and it is tipped and incomplete. Looking for Murado, and now Chicago has held as well defensively, and Chicago will take it back over. Up 12-0 with 4:10 left. Fans having a good time dancing, enjoying this football game. Chicago, really a must-win for both teams, but I think especially Chicago, who expects to be in this playoff hunt. Again, going out to L.A. with a chance to eliminate the temptation late in the year. Now Chicago with the football. Minnesota 17. Fur. Triple option, pitches out to the right side. Laura Peterson. And Peterson with a gain of a couple around that right side. Well, I haven't seen the triple option in a while, since I think the last Navy game that I watched. A speed option play, gain of about 8 there. Make it 2nd and 2. Let's see if they try to pass here. Steps back, fakes one, now steps up, jump, throw, and it's overthrown and incomplete. And it'll be 3rd down. Looking for Laura Peterson. And again, the pass was just overthrown. 3rd down. Tony Wynn, the coach of Minnesota, they're trying to figure out how do we get a stop here and get something on the board. Pitch goes to Harris, comes around the right side, and she's down near about the 7-yard line. That should be enough for a Chicago first down, and it is. Harris with that first down run around the right side, and Chicago just now seems to have a little bit more confidence. Their blocking scheme is a little bit better. They're executing those blocks, and when you do that, when you block and tackle well, you win a lot of football games. Pitch to Peterson, comes around the left side. What great blocking she got there, and she'll get right down to the goal line. They say not quite in, she's right on the goal line. What a terrific block out in front. We got a timeout on the field, 12-0 Chicago. The 2-minute timeout. We'll come right back and see if Chicago can punch it in.
This is Friday Night Football.
12-0 Chicago. 2 minutes exactly left here in the first half, and the Bliss knocking on the door. They've got the football at the 1-yard line, and this is where you've got to think either Harris or Fur, their two best runners, going to have control, and Heather Fur does. Goes off left side of the center and punches it in for a touchdown. It looks like they got a little celebration planned here. Having fun playing football. It's hard to beat, right? 18-0 now. Here's a replay. He just came along that left side, followed that offensive line here. Again, without Yashi Rice, offensive and defensive line a little low for Chicago. Pitch goes back to Christelle Harris. Harris, the Ferrari, gets in. The extra point is good. And Chicago has had a great first half. Oh, my. 18-0. Chicago with the lead with 1:52 left. And now Minnesota gets it down 3 scores. They've got some work to do. Bendejo looking long, steps up, throws, and it is caught by Morano. Touchdown! Oh, my! Bendejo to Morano. Morano right there with those terrific hands. And now she celebrates with the fans who are in attendance. And Minnesota put some points on the board. Bendejo just looking long, had one target all the way. It was Morano. She got behind the defensive secondary, and she scores 6 for Minnesota. Bendejo was hit as she threw that football. And now she'll keep it. Comes around the right side, and she's in trouble. Nope, going nowhere. Great job by Chicago to read that one. So the TD pass makes it 20-6, and Chicago gets it right back. Handoff goes to Laura Peterson, and she'll get a yard or 2. See where they mark forward progress. Minnesota saying they've got the football. Sidney Freilich, the one who was pointing there. The official didn't agree. So it'll be 2nd down. Clock continues to run now, and this is where Sean Salisbury will talk about clock management. Is, you know, you want to put more points on the board. Up 2 scores. a little more on the board if you can in the last 1 minute of play. Furr fakes one way on some pressure. Hit as she throws, looking long, and it is overthrown. Looking for Brianna Schultz. That's incomplete. And now it'll be third down. Third down with less than a minute to go. That obviously stops the clock. Furr gets her team into the huddle and is going to tell them exactly what she's looking for here. And again, this is where you think third down and long, you're going to go with one of your two best. Either Furr on a keeper, something to Harris. Motion comes to the near side. Fake. Now a shovel pass. Christelle Harris, look out, here she goes. Got away from one, got away from another. 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Chicago Bliss. Christelle Harris, you see her gunning up the engines a little bit, revving them up, as she rolls in for the touchdown. Nice little pass fake, and then with the left hand, the shovel pass, and it was all Christelle Harris after that. Ran out of that tackle, ran through that high arm tackle, and then got a little help, and Harris reaches out and puts it over the goal line. Touchdown, Chicago. 26-6. Handoff goes to Harris. She's hitting the backfield and not going to make it in. Nice job defensively by Minnesota. Roxy Burning there on the stop. So with 38 seconds left, it's 26-6. Bliss with the lead. Now 38 seconds. Minnesota's proven they can score in a hurry. Motion comes back, fake. Looking up the field, and the pass is deflected and incomplete. Heather Furr with a terrific deflection of that pass, and it's incomplete. It will be second down. Furr is such a smart football player, and you see him on every team. Furr is just one of those that really understands the game. Bendejo now trying to hurry her team up, although it was an incomplete pass. And the clock's still running. Fake up the middle. Bendejo looking long, throws, and it is caught! Sydney Freilich with a terrific catch at the 20-yard line. Now trying to get people off of her so that they can be ready when the clock starts to roll again. Freilich with a heck of a catch. Freilich with a wry smile. Quick discussion with the coaches, and now they're back out. Minnesota, obviously it goes without saying, but Minnesota would love to put a couple more points on the board here, make it a little bit more respectable. Bendejo, football at the 19-yard line, fades, looking long, high archer, and it is caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Murado. We talked about what terrific hands she's got. Wow, what a catch, Whitney Murado. Right there. Oh, what a play. She's made two of these catches. With pressure coming, Bendejo hit as she throws. Murado has to hang. Catches it with her hands. TD Minnesota. Oh, what a huge play. Extra point bounces in, and Murado going nowhere. I'm sorry, that's Bendejo going nowhere. Extra point is no good with 18 seconds left. Well, that touchdown now really brings Minnesota back into it. They've got to feel, I'm sure, like, hey, we're still alive here. Furr fakes it. Another little shovel pass to Harris. It worked pretty well last time. Maybe not quite so well this time. And that should do it. Carissa Landwehr with the tackle. Furr wants to hurry up and try and get one more play in. And she stops the clock with 2 seconds to go. The clock had already been stopped. I'm not quite sure why. If you're the Minnesota head coach, you'd be asking why. I don't want the clock operator to stop it like that for the opposing team. 2 seconds, 1 second, and this play should not count. Well, they've still got it going. Furr rolls around to the right side. Oh, gets hit hard. The clock had already expired. Let's listen in. Heather Furr took a shot there at halftime. 26-12. Bliss with the lead. We'll take a break. Halftime festivities coming up. Stick around, LFL fans.
This is Friday Night Football.
Make her throw the ball. Look, they're gonna come out and flip the ball forward all day, you guys. If I was a coach and I saw 2 of those, he's gonna run it 8 more times. I'm watching you back there. You're waiting for her. Wait, go kill her. At least make the mistake at full speed. Don't wait for her and then try to slap her in the boards. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. We've got another half, and your whole entire season is on this half. We stress it so much. You guys gotta make a choice.
This is Friday Night Football.
Welcome back to Target Center here in Minneapolis. 26-12, Bliss with the lead in this crucial Western Conference game. Two teams looking to possibly sneak into that playoff spot, that second spot in the West behind Vegas. And here is the kick. High, short kick. Leak play pay, drops it about the 11, now picks it back up. Hey, she's going around the right side. She's got a lot of room. 25, 15, 10, 5, touchdown! Leak pay play, touchdown run came around the right side, and Minnesota puts a quick 6 on the board to start the second half. Congratulatory hug. Let's take a look at this again. Very high, not very long kick, and fumbling this, and you hear this so often, but fumbling this may have really been a big help. You get all the defenders right there by you, and you usually only have 1 or 2 people to beat. She gets through a couple arm tackles, almost takes out our cameraman, going right down the sideline, and then she's gone. Right into the end zone. And she is celebrating as well she should. Now they're going to go for a couple. (26-18). Everybody getting on the same page as far as what play they're going to run. Now the ball back at the 9-yard line. Snap goes down low. Bendejo is going to try and do it herself, and there is no room at the end. How about Heather Furr? She does it on offense. She runs the football, does it on defense. She can intercept passes. Heather Furr is just a terrific football player for the Chicago Bliss and for the LFL. Furr, one of those that understands the game and has just been a terrific not only player, but personality for this league. Now Chicago needs an answer, and let's see what they're able to come up with. Furr takes off that glove that she uses on defense, takes it off on offense, rolls around the right side, now comes back to the left side. She's got a lot of room. 25-20, lost the football. It's loose. Loose ball. Morado digging for it. And Morado, you can see right there, great shot by our camera crew. Morado's got it, and Minnesota is in business. How about that? Came around the outside. Furr lost it, and Morado right there, and now a chance with a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie this baby up. Minnesota waiting for their 7th player to come out, and now they're set. And Bendejo. A lot of motion. Comes around the right side. That's Morado. Morado still fighting forward. She's going to get about 7 yards. Fur and Gellis Diaz on the stop. As they're going to unpile. Make it a gain of 7, 2nd and 3. Had to pull Fur out of there. She was digging for that football. Ground game has worked very well for them. Motion. Oh, looked like we could have had a flag there. Morado. And Morado hit hard. And we do have flags now. Now let's listen in to this one.
Go, go, go!
How about that?
Stiff on the offense. 5-yard penalty.
We'll take a break. Come right back.
Second down.
This is Friday Night Football.
Back here in Minneapolis, 26-18. Second down after the penalty. It's 2nd and 8 now. Bendejo. Handoff. That goes to Katrina Stewart. She comes off the left side, gets out to about midfield. Set up 3rd down and a long 2 for the 1st down. And they've got to throw the football. Big 3rd down for Minnesota now. Down by 8 in a situation where, again, there's no punting, so you've got to be able to get a couple yards here, and they've got to throw the football. Offensive play over to the other side. Little shovel pass, goes straight forward. That's going to be a 1st down and more. There's Morado, and Morado's going down hard. Big 1st down for the Minnesota Valkyrie. Let's listen in. Oh. Those tackles are very serious. Again, trying to get everybody set. Bendejo now wants the crowd and the sound effects to go down a little bit. Handoff goes to Stewart along the left side, and she maybe got a yard. Margie DiSilvestro right there on the stop. She read that very well and did not allow Stewart to get anywhere. Maybe a yard on that play. And it'll be 2nd and about 9. Little deception again. Morado comes around the right side. Oh, what a hit! Oh my, Heather Fur with a hit. I want to hear that one again. That is a heck of a football hit. So 3rd down now, 3rd and 9. Motion coming right at you. That's Morado. Bendejo fakes the run. Now looking long, looking for Morado, and it is knocked away and incomplete. 26-18 is our score. We got a timeout and be right back.
This is Friday Night Football.
Just under 12 minutes left. 26-18 Minnesota. Now 4th down, and they have to pass this football. Fake a run. Got some pressure. Steps up. Throws, and it's intercepted. Laura Gellis Diaz with the interception, and Chicago's got it at their own 10-yard line. Now, in retrospect, would it have been better to knock it down? Yeah, because you'd have it a little further up the field. I don't know any defensive back, or very many, that would think like that and say, I got to pass up this interception. That's hard to do. But Chicago's got it at their own 10. Christelle Harris has been terrific for this team. She came in again this season basically as an option, an addition to the 10. And there she is, 17 rushes, 131 yards this year with 4 TDs. Fur pointing to the other side, one of her receiver over on the right side. Now gets motion. Handoff goes to Harris, cuts back. Oh, gets a great block. She's to the 20 to midfield. She's gone. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Christelle Harris and the Chicago Bliss. Boy, the excitement of a play like that just really eats you up, doesn't it? A terrific run. She got the great block. Let's look at it again. Makes a little cutback here on the outside and gets a terrific block right there. And then does it all herself. Couple tackles, they're trying to go up on top. You got to tackle her low, but she is tough. How about that? The Ferrari, Christelle Harris takes it to the house. Just like that, Chicago with the answer to that Minnesota touchdown. Extra point attempt. This is a long conversation. Rolls around the right side. Looked like she was looking back, like she was looking for somebody else. Now a pass is incomplete. Looked like a broken play. Furr rolled out to the right side and was looking for something. Then finds a pass to Harris, which is a pretty good option, as fans in the end zone are having a great time. Now Minnesota ball, 32-18. And they're taking a long time here. They've got to get this play off. They're still not sure what the situation is. They don't have everybody set. And there it is. Delay a game.
Delay game. Number 2 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Bendejo was talking to Kelly Gillespie, trying to get her in the right spot. So they lose 5, and now it's 1st and 15. Back at their own 10-yard line, and now hold it. Had a timeout call. Play clock was going down again. Bendejo 5 of 6, 76 yards and 2 touchdowns. She has really thrown the ball well. Little shovel pass, goes ahead. That's Stewart, and Stewart to get out across the original line of scrimmage of the 15 down to the 19-yard line or so. 9 yards, make it 2nd and 6. Bendejo playing quickly here. Little shovel pass. That goes ahead on the right side. Murado got hit hard, and she is right next to that first down marker. Let's wait and see if she got it. Yep, officials take, you saw him right there, first down. Love that Viking horn. I love that thing. Bendejo on a keeper, goes along the right side. She got hit and gets about 5 on that one before she stood up and stopped. And now Minnesota with a nice drive here. They've got things going a little bit. They've obviously thrown the ball well already in this game. Let's see if they go back to the air here. Bendejo, nope, gonna keep it. She's inside the 15. Oh, what a shot! Laura Gellis-Diaz stood her up, and then Janet Fan just finished her off. Oh my, what a shot there! Yeah, it was a first down, you're right, but she paid a price for that baby. That was a heck of a hit. Football at the 14-yard line. Fakes a give. Now she's going to keep it again, and oh, she got hit hard again. That time Laura Peterson with the hit, and Peterson's a little slow to get up. This has been quite a drive for Minnesota. It's been mostly Bendejo on the quarterback keepers. Bendejo fakes it there. A little shovel pass ahead. That goes to Stewart again. And Stewart, got hit hard and really got piled on there. Gain of about 7. There's Tony Wynn, Minnesota head coach. Very emotional head coach. He loves this team. And we got a timeout call. 7:03 left, 32-18 is our score. Chicago timeout. We'll be right back.
This is Friday Night Football.
Third down and a long yard here for that first down. They're getting down near the goal line. Bendejo calls for the football. Low snap. Heather Furr on a blitz is right there. Oh, what a great defensive play by Heather Furr. The rock star for the Chicago Bliss. Just a terrific read on that play. And now it's fourth down. Hold it, we got a flag down. Keith Hack does not look very happy about this situation. Is it an illegal blitz? Is that what they're saying?
After the play, personal foul, number 11 on the defense. After this is a goal, first down, automatic.
Oh, that's a huge first down. Laura Gellis-Diaz, I didn't see what she did. I have no idea what she did. Furr had the blitz and the sack, and now it's first and goal. Bendejo on a keeper, gets down to about the 1 yard line. Give her about 5 yards on that carry. Right down to the 1, and Minnesota knocking on the door. Early on, this team, just as I said, didn't show a lot of life, didn't show a lot of emotion. Now all of a sudden, they have really picked up the pace. Bendejo on the keeper on the right side, and she is in. Touchdown. Doesn't look like it right there, but she got in. Touchdown. She's excited. And now you see her holding up 2 fingers. They're going for 2. Roll out to the right side, looking lob pass in the corner. Oh, heck of a catch by Murado, and it's good. The 2-point conversion is good. And the Minnesota Valkyrie have rallied from almost dead to bring it right back here. Let's look at this one again. This is a lob into the corner, a very high arcing pass. Murado pushes the defender out of the way and comes up with it. That's Janet Fan that she knocked out of the way. And Murado makes the catch. Keith may have been upset thinking that it was offensive pass interference. 32-26, clock running, 5:40 left. Chicago's got the football at their own 15-yard line. Furr, great fake, now rolls out, late pitch, goes to Harris. Terrific blocking up the field. Here she goes, 15-10, hands it back. Emily Griner drops it in for the touchdown. I don't know that I've ever seen that. Christelle Harris gave it away to Griner for the touchdown. Are the officials talking? Is that okay? Yeah, I bet it is. I want to see the fake again by Heather Furr right at the line of scrimmage. She sold this handoff really well. Here it is. Sells that handoff, rolls out to the outside, waits till the last second, makes the pitch, and then the athleticism of Christelle Harris breaks through that tackle, another, and Harris hands it back for the touchdown. How about that? I don't know that I've ever seen that. Now, Krista Landwehr is being helped off the field. We'll hope she's going to be okay. We'll see her again. Tony Wynn is saying, isn't that a forward lateral? Which would be a forward pass, really, which would not be allowed. Official said, nope, it was a lateral. What a fun second half. Bliss going for a 2-point conversion here. Furr with the fake again, now rolls around to the left side, tries to dive in and wait for the official call. She did. She got in. Heather Furr, the 2-point conversion is good. Well, Chicago just continues to answer the Minnesota call. Minnesota puts something together, Chicago comes right back. So Minnesota's got to do it again. They've got to continue to make this happen. Because again, both teams fighting for their playoff lives, but Chicago, now with a trip to LA to end the season, with a realistic chance to, if not make it, to throw a real monkey wrench into everybody else's plans. Just under 5 minutes left now. This is time Minnesota may want to start to hurry here. Bendejo. Little shovel pass goes forward to Stewart, and Stewart got stood up and then finished off. Oh. She had nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Let's listen in. Heather Furr and the Chicago Bliss with a 40-26 lead. Give goes to the back through. That's Murado. Murado out near midfield, still going. Out to the Chicago 22 and holding on to that calf. That could well be a cramp. She has had a lot of time on the field, and now the trainer goes out there, make sure that she's okay. Let's see if they start to stretch her out. And that's the hope here, is that they're going to start to stretch out that calf. That's it. That's exactly what they're doing. Try and get rid of that cramp. Well, Murado got the first down and will come off for a play or two. Valkyrie really moving the ball very well here in the second half especially. Pitch goes ahead. Stewart comes around the left side. She's to the 15, down to about the 14-yard line. Make it second down and a short yard. This is really not very much that they've got to get here for that first down. Christelle Harris on the tackle. And shovel pass went to Stewart. And let's see where they mark forward progress. I thought for a time she had the first down, but now they're going to say no. She came up short. It's third down and a yard now. Handoff, Angie Hansen, and Hansen with a first down and more. Heather Furr, Chantel Taylor there on the stop, and the ball goes to about the 11-yard line. Tony Wynn trying to will his team here to find a way. They'll need a couple scores. Keeper. Goes right up the middle. Oh, she gets hit hard. Heather Furr again. This is another one I want to listen into. Heck of a football play. Furr just reads it so well. And oh, now this doesn't look good. She is in some pain. Remember, Skirdick, their starting quarterback, is already out. Now Bendejo out, so they're down to their third quarterback, and it's going to be Whitney Murado. Murado is the quarterback. You'd expect a run first play. Nope, it's a lob pass into the end zone, and it is incomplete. Looking for Freilich. Triple coverage there around Freilich. And it's third down and 5. Let's take a break. We'll come right back. Minnesota fans having fun with the YMCA. They're down at about 5 now. Murado wants everybody a little quiet. Murado is going to keep it herself, goes right up the middle. She's down to the 2, to the 1, and she's got a first and goal for Minnesota. Whitney Murado with that carry. It's first and goal right on that goal line. Look for the touchdown here. Murado fades back. Little lob, a fade into the corner. Freilich right there. The touchdown is good. Nice fade pattern. Let's see this one again. Just a couple step drop. Nothing fancy. Looking for Sydney Freilich, and she's right there. The touchdown is good. And now looking for 1 point on this. Murado right there, and she's in. 40-33, and Minnesota is still alive. Now they'll try to do the onside kick. Here you see Freilich lining up for the kick. Quite a cherry right there on the right leg. The official talking to her about what she has to do. Now Minnesota, I've seen this before in practice. This is kind of an interesting little play. You think everybody's coming for the kick, and it kind of throws you off guard. Yeah, that's what they're going to do. Here they come, right up the middle, and then there is the kick, and it's a very long kick, and that's taken at the 18-yard line, but hold it, we've got a flag down. Usually this goes against kicking team, but this might be against Chicago. I think they're saying offside against Chicago. Yeah. Let's give a listen here. Got players shaking up.
On the receiving team. Number 11, 5-yard penalty, free kick.
So they'll kick it again. Brittany Austin was the player who was shaken up, and there you see helping her off, favoring that left leg. So a re-kick. Minnesota with one more chance. Christelle Harris right there. You know Harris wants to be the one to grab it, or Heather Furr, one of the two. Let's see if Minnesota does the same thing with the run-up. They do. Freilich, this is a pretty good kick. Bounces a couple times, and it's taken right there. Recovered by Heather Furr. We talked about safe hands, great hands. That's Heather Furr. Terrific hands. Christelle Harris, game MVP, 6 rushes, 100 yards, 59 receiving yards, 3 touchdowns. Harris has been terrific. And now this should be just a couple kneel-down plays by Furr, as Furr gets everybody to know, stand still. First one is right there. Minnesota crowd starts to boo a little bit. But this is what you do, and you got to give the Chicago team a lot of credit. Giving up for dead, they've come up here to Minnesota and pulled off a huge win. Now they'll go right back. And depending on when this play is snapped, and I would imagine Furr, again, one of those that's going to wait until the play clock is ready. Yeah, see here? She's telling her players, just hang on. She's in no hurry to snap this ball. Pointed at the clock. She knows exactly when to snap this ball. Very well coached. Knee goes down. She stays there for a second, hands the ball to the official, and that will do it. Congratulations to the Chicago Bliss on a big win on the road and to stay alive in this Western Conference playoff race. This is one heck of a win. You go on the road in this league and pull off a W, you've really accomplished something, and Chicago has done that. Keith Hack and his staff have to be really pleased with this win. As you see, they're pointing up in the stands. Oh, they were setting Hack up. They were setting him up for the victory shower. They were pointing up in the stands and got him all set. Now the Minnesota players, classy move. This is what the LFL does. Thanks to the fans for coming. They'll do an autograph session after this. Here's a look at the numbers. Let's start right at the top. Almost 300 total yards for Chicago, 188 for Minnesota, 277, a huge number, nearly 200 of that on the ground. Players saying congrats to each other on a well-played game. Final score tonight from the Target Center, 40-33, Chicago with a huge win. Rolling up the turf, turning off the lights. LFL season continues as we head to the holidays. Continue to watch. This race down the stretch ought to be terrific. From Minnesota, good night.